Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving into a classic story that you probably heard as a kid, The Ant and the Grasshopper, but we're going to look at it through a slightly different lens, not just as a lesson about hard work. The grasshopper, who had only known play, learned the value of community and sharing resources. If you love amazing stories like this, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you do not miss out on more adventures. So, the story usually goes something like this. All summer long, a colony of ants worked tirelessly. They were gathering food, grain by grain, and storing it away for the winter. They were focused, organized, and dedicated. Meanwhile, there was a grasshopper who spent his summer days very differently. He was a musician, filling the meadow with beautiful songs from his fiddle. He danced, he sang, and he enjoyed the warm sunshine, living completely in the moment. The ants would often see the grasshopper and shake their heads. "Why are you wasting your time?" they'd ask. "Winter is coming. You should be preparing, not playing around." The grasshopper would just smile and say, "Oh, but the summer is so beautiful. There's plenty of time for work later. Why not enjoy this perfect day with me?" The ants, however, were too busy to listen. They just kept on marching, their eyes fixed on the task at hand. Then, just as predicted, the seasons changed. The warm sun was replaced by a biting wind, and the green fields were covered in a thick blanket of snow. The ants were snug in their home, with a pantry full of food to last them through the cold months. But the grasshopper, poor fellow, found himself cold, hungry, and alone. His music couldn't warm him, and his dancing feet couldn't find any food beneath the snow. Shivering, he remembered the hard-working ants. With his last bit of strength, he knocked on their door. When the ants saw him, they were surprised. "Why have you come here?" the head ant asked. "You played all summer while we worked." The grasshopper, weak and desperate, explained his situation. He had nothing to eat and nowhere to go. Now, this is where the traditional story often ends, with a harsh lesson. The ants turned the grasshopper away, telling him to dance the winter away as he sang the summer away. It's a stark reminder to be responsible and prepare for the future. But what if the story didn't end there? What if we looked at it from a different cultural perspective? One that values community and mutual support over just individual survival. Let's imagine a new ending. The head ant looks at the shivering grasshopper. He sees not a lazy fool, but a member of their meadow community who is in trouble. He also remembers the beautiful music that filled the air all summer long, music that often made the ants' hard labor feel a little bit lighter. The grasshopper's songs were a different kind of contribution, one that fed the spirit, not the belly. So, the head ant opens the door wider. "Come in," he says. "We have enough food to share. You kept our spirits up with your music all summer. In return, you can share our home this winter, and perhaps, you can play some songs for us to help us pass the long, cold nights." The grasshopper's eyes filled with gratitude. He entered their warm home, and after eating, he took out his fiddle. Soon, the anthill was filled with joyful music. The ants, who had only known work, discovered the joy of dance and song. The grasshopper, who had only known play, learned the value of community and sharing resources. They realized that both work and art, preparation and joy, are essential for a truly rich life. They weren't just an ant and a grasshopper anymore. They were friends, helping each other survive and thrive. This version of the story teaches us a more nuanced lesson. It shows that everyone has something valuable to contribute, even if it's not immediately obvious. It highlights the strength of a community that takes care of all its members, recognizing that we all have different talents and different needs. It's a beautiful reminder that friendship and compassion are just as important as hard work and planning. What do you think of this version of the story? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this little thought experiment, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.